What is going on, boys and girls? It's Giuliano back here with a brand new video, and today is the day for Foot Champs. So let's stop talking about it. Let's get into as many games as I can be bothered to play over the weekend, because I've got my main channel as well. I've got stuff to do, so let's get into it. Let's see how we do. Right, guys, first game of the weekend league brings us a 4-1-2-1-2 La Liga side. He had the inform Adan, inform Vashaliko, he had Varane, Ramos, inform Vas, inform Bakambu, Griezmann, Gamero. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous side. He picks up the ball here through a very bad pass by myself, Modric and Bakambu, and Gamero linking up really nicely. 1-0 down in 3 minutes. Good start for us, really. Sansone picks up the ball here. Nice bit of space for him. He keeps dribbling. Managed to just jockey past Ramos. And well, I say pretty nice finish, but it took me a while. Sansone to Sanson. Got the goal. 1-0, sorry, in the 22nd. He picks up the ball here with Casemiro after a really dodgy tackle. Gamero to Bakambu. He drags it back, waits for Gamero to run through, and he slots it away with a low driven. I hate Gamero because he's insane against me and he's terrible for me, and it's just irritating. He picks up the ball again with Gamero. Griezmann, nice ball through to Bakambu, who does low driven the ball past us, and we are 3-1 down in 39 minutes. It was not a good start for us whatsoever. Tolisso with a nice 1-2 of Sansone. Sansone is a ridiculous card, I have to be honest. His pass isn't very good though, but it still rebounds through to Zaza, who's there to lap up that open ball and put us back in the game at 3-2. He picks up the ball here with Griezmann through to Bakambu. Again, Gamero waits for that run. Nice drag back, puts it through, low driven, hits my keeper on the way through. That irritated me. Really did irritate me. Straight from kickoff, more or less, though. We give away the ball. Again, Modric to Bakambu, Griezmann, Gamero, Modric, back to Gamero, and of course he's going to score because he scores against me every single time I play against him. He's just a broken card. He has the ball with Nzonzi, not the best. Sorry, we picked up the ball with Nzonzi, sorry. He wasn't the best, in that position. Sansone, though, on his weak foot, does put the ball past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. I wouldn't say we're back in the game because we're not going to win it, but he picks up the ball again with Bakambu, waits for Gamero to run through. Gamero puts the ball past the keeper in the 70th minute. And there's still more to go. Gamero and Bakambu linking up again. Gamero waits for Bakambu to come through. Back to Gamero, and he hits my defender and does go in. And that is unfortunately how the game did end for us. It was a bit disappointing, 8-5 loss. That wasn't the best thing in the world. But we carry on as we do because we need to. I want to get as many goals and points as I possibly can. Second game of the weekend league, we come up against a 4-1-2-1-2 number 2 Premier League side. He's got Sane and he's got Jesus up front. He's got Dele Alli, he's got Wijnaldum, he's got Dembele, Bakayoko, he's got Bailly, Van Dijk, Bellerin, Van Aanholt and Cech. So pretty solid. We give away the ball. We transferred over to the Premier League side. Now we've given away the ball here. Jesus picks up the ball in the box, low driven on his weak foot. 9 minutes in, we're 1-0 down. We really did not start well whatsoever. Sane even picks up the ball, holds up the ball for Jesus, who somehow muscles off my defender. Don't know how. And we're 2-0 down in the 23rd minute. Somehow he held me off. And the goals kept coming. Ali to Sane to Jesus. Sane somehow beats my defenders and managed to hold the ball after that. I don't know how he kept the ball, but he did. And we're 3-0 down. I mean, it just wasn't going our way whatsoever. Lanzini tries to get rid of the ball, unfortunately does not. Jesus to Ali, back to Jesus, and Jesus is in there for his hat-trick. And that was very irritating. Very irritating. We go into the second half. I thought, I'm not going to quit yet. I'm going to stick with it. Sane picks up the ball to Dembele on his weak foot in the low driven, and yeah, I quit. I was done. I'm not sticking around for that. I changed up the formation from a 4-1-2-1-2 with the Premier League side to a 4-3-2-1. Went out and picked ourselves up a Mo Salah for 6.4k. Still go right forward. We'll put obviously Martial up front and Son. And I just realised I didn't put the team in for this one. I missed the team out, but he had a really solid team. You can see on the boys. He's got Fekir, he's got Martial, and then Martial. What a finesse against us. We did not have a good start, not at all. But look at this from Fernandinho. What a shot. Lecomte in form. Couldn't get the ball to stay out the net. What a player. He picks up the ball with Martial. So much space for him. No one's going near him. He puts the ball through to, of course, it's Gamero. And we're back down to losing. We're back 2-1. Matic through to Son. Rashford. Bit of space he's got here. Mohamed Salah. Nice scoop turn. Is he going to score on his debut? Yes he does. Knocks it onto his left foot in the 80th minute, and he also puts us into extra time, which was probably the most vital thing. He passes it through, he takes the deflection, but Gamero somehow holds my player off, and he scores. He puts the ball in the back of the net, and we're 3-2 down in extra time. 115th minute, Heung-min Son with a nice pass through to Rashford. Rashford waits for the run of Son, overlapping, and he puts the ball low driven back in the net. Penalties time. We're going through to penalties. We're 3-0 at this point. Bakayoko for him goes down the middle. Schmeichel stays. All I need to do is score this penalty, and for some reason I'm quite confident with penalties this year. Fernandinho steps up, and we get our first win, which is decent. Into the game number 4. This is against a pretty solid Bundesliga side. He had Robin, Werner. He had one to watch Bruma, Goretzka, James, Tolisso, Scream, Bartra, and Socrates at the back. He had Farman in goal, so very solid. Kick off straight away, right from the beginning of the game. Pick up the ball here with Zaza. Nice ball through to Sansone, who holds up the ball for Dalvin, and he passes it back up to Sansone, and we're 1-0 up within a minute and 18 seconds. So this time was actually a pretty good start for us. Zaza with the ball in the 12th minute, beating past all the defenders, completely outrunning them. His shot is blocked, but he still keeps the ball, and he crosses it over, and Sansone is there to head the ball in. I think it may have took a nick off someone else, but it counts as his goal. Dalvin and Sansone with some nice 1-2 football, past all the defenders. Dalvin is in there to put the ball in the back of the net for his second, I believe, and the team's third, which is pretty decent at 3-0, and he quits, which is fantastic. So that's 2 wins, 2 losses so far. 5th game comes up a pretty solid team. He had Sane, he had the informal Alessandrini, had Jesus, Rashford at centre mid. I think he put him to Cam in the end. He had Bakayoko, Kante, he had Bailly, Hart, Aurier. It's solid. He was solid. We pick up the ball here with he picks up Zoro with Bakayoko. Alessandrini tries a pass but doesn't work. Sane is there and he nicks it off our keeper to the back of the net. We're 1-0 down, and you know, it was irritating. 63rd minute, Kante picks up the ball with a pass through to Rashford. Jesus is blocked. Sane again. I mean, I had no words for this in the end. I had no words. Zaza with a nice bit of link up with the other two. Sansone with a decent run, nice crossing. Dalvin with a very powerful header in the 82nd minute, and I felt like that was maybe going to be the last thing I do in this game, but I was wrong. Sansone with Sanson, I don't know, there's 2 of them. A nice pass through to the forward. Really weird cross and a really weird header from Zaza puts us 2-2 in the 88th minute and takes us through to extra time. Dalvin picks up the ball, waits for the run of Zaza. He keeps going. He's just dribbling through, trying to get the ball there. And Zonzi, nice chip over to Sansone. Nice touch onto his right foot, and we are 3-2 up after being 2-0 down and probably out of this game. I managed to fight back. Dalvin with a nice ball through to Zaza with fake turn, bit of dribbling. Pass through to Sansone, and we're 4-2 up, and we played really well in this game, and that was how it ended. We won 4-2, which was pretty decent. Into the 6th game, come up against a 4-1-2-1-2 side with Scream Perisic. He had Aubameyang, Rui Costa, he had Borja Valero, he had João Mario. He did take off Borja Valero and put him, whoever his replacement was at CDM, I can't remember who it was. But I got absolutely dominated in this game. You can see 2 minutes in, Rui Costa somehow muscling off my defenders. No idea how, but he did. So that happened. Really bad pass by him. Really even worse defending from me. Perisic is through. 8 minutes in, we're 2-0 down. Absolutely dominated in this game. This team was ridiculous. 49th minute, I managed to hold out until half time without having to quit. João Mario through to Perisic. He's just through our defenders. Aubameyang through to João Mario. And he tramps it back over to Aubameyang again, which was completely pointless. Absolutely, completely pointless. 53rd minute, he picks up the ball here with Aubameyang through to Perisic. Aubameyang's, in this situation, he's gone. He's not going to be caught. And he chips me. Yeah. And I quit. I won't play that game. So I want to call more centre-backs. I changed up Rashford and Smalling and Rojo weren't doing it for me. So we pick ourselves up a Laurent Koscielny for 9.1k. And we pick ourselves up an Antonio Rudiger for 3.5. So a bit more of an upgrade in terms of ability at the back. Definitely what was needed, 100%. Moving to the next game, a 4-3-3 Serie A squad. He's got Szczesny in net. He had Florenzi, Barzagli, Koulibaly at the end from Brozovic. Higuain, he had El Shaarawy. He had Callejon as well. El Shaarawy picks up the ball through to Higuain. Somehow he gets through. João Mario's there, and he finishes it 3 minutes in. And we're losing again. Like every game, we seem to go down really quickly. But obviously, like you saw with the centre-backs, we're playing with the Prem team. Son played through. First low driven doesn't go in. His clearance isn't very good. And Salah does punish him, putting us back in the game at 1-1 with in the 7th minute. Hold off into the 8th minute. Literally hold off to the 8th minute. 1-0 through to by Salah. And we're 2-1 up. Very quick turnaround. 1-0 down to 2-1 up. Pick up the ball here in the 22nd minute. 1-0 through to Salah. Tried a pass, didn't work. His pass didn't work. Salah is ridiculous. One of the best additions I've made to this team in a long time. And that is a nice finesse finish into the bottom corner. 3-1 up, 25th minute. Rashford is played the ball by Wijnaldum. Son holds it up for Rashford. Really nice back heel and a nice low driven past the goalkeeper, putting us 4-1 up. But he's still stuck around, which was decent of him. You know, Rashford's played through the ball here. No defenders. They're all gone. Koulibaly's chasing. Not going to reach him. Rashford runs around the keeper. Puts the ball in the back of the net for 5. And he does end up quitting at that point. 35 minutes in, we were 5-1 up. We absolutely dominated. Very, very well deserved. You know, I played brilliantly as well as I possibly could. Maybe it's a luck of having the new centre-backs in. I do not know. But you can see that he does quit the game, move into the next game, and we do come up against a 4-3-2-1, which is, you know, the best formation. BBL, so he had Martial, Raheem Sterling, and Jesus up front. He had Herrera, Matic, and Bakayoko in the midfield. Danny Rose, Chris Smalling, Eric Bailly, Sergio Rier, and Begovic in there. So OP as anything. Jesus is through in 10 minutes. Sorry. He ain't catching him. You ain't catching him. He's going to go through, and he does end up putting the ball in the back of the net within 10 minutes, and we were losing. He picks up the ball here with Bakayoko in the 40th. And Herrera, his shot is very, very weak, but our throw is just appalling. What am I doing there? We pass it out to Martial. He just takes 2 or 3 touches and a fantastic finesse into the back of the net. And we're 2-0 down. 2-0 down. He does the same though. He throws it out, and Zonzi with a nice interception. Sansone through to Dalvin, back to Sansone, and he puts the ball in the back of the net very, very nicely and puts us kind of back in the game. You know, I tried my best to get back into this game. We pick up the ball here with Zaza off a bad pass by Bakayoko. Dalvin holds it up for Zaza. Low driven. Good save. Sansone is there with the header to put us back in the game at 2 just after the half-time whistle. This for a finish, I mean, is ridiculous. Dalvin just literally batters the ball into the top corner. Keeper weren't touching that, and that was a fantastic finish. Bakayoko gets the ball through to Sterling. Matic through to Jesus. Nice bit of play by him, I will say that. Good crossover, and Martial is there. So he had the ball in the back of the net in the 77th minute, putting us at 3-3, and me feeling like it was going to extra time again. But luckily, I just turned up one more time. Sansone and Zaza with a nice bit of play. Sansone holds it up. Oh, Zaza, sorry, holds it up for Sansone to run over. Back over to Zaza, and he does trump the goal. And we do win that one, which is pretty decent, 4-3. This guy had a decent side. He had 4-3-3 and number 1, just box down to 1 team. He had the SBC Promes. He had Son. He had Rui Costa. He did change it to a 4-1-2-1-2, and Costa went to Cam, and the wingers went as striker. But this was a hard game, very, very hard game. Dele Alli picks up the ball here. Son through to Promes, and yeah. Quincy Promes' normal card is absolutely monstrous. This SBC one is just worse. He brings on Alejandro Gomez. I mean, that is worse. He gets a penalty, managed to save it, but our defending, again, is just absolutely poor. I was terrible at this point. I mean, Valencia picks up the ball, holds off our defenders. Wijnaldum over to Renato Sanchez, through to Gomez. He turns me, and he finishes it. And that is, yeah, that wasn't good. That was not good whatsoever. Dele Alli plays through Alejandro Gomez. My defenders ain't touching him. He tramps it over to Promes. And we are 3-0 down. Right, guys, I was thinking about it, and I cashed in. I seriously cashed in with this team. So the hybrid team, I've sold, but like I'm saying, I cashed in. We bought Zaza originally for 18k, sold him for 21. So Klatis we bought for 17, he's gone for 26. Obviously with the Sani at SBC. Florenzi, we more or less got our money back, so I think we bought him for 13, we sold him for 13.5. Dalvin we bought for 21, sold for 26. Sansone bought for 15, sold for 20. And then obviously Talisso has gone there for 4.5, and we bought him for like 2k. So they're all gone, and we've just got a few guys left in the club to sell. For the first time in the series, we're physically over 100k, which is ridiculous, you know, for me to think, oh my god, I've got that much money. So this is the team I'm thinking about building. I'm thinking about getting there, because where I'm going for the 4-3-2-1, I want my left-sided player to cut across. So like Sané's left-footed, he can smash across. Willian's right-footed, he can smash across. That's what I'm thinking. Vardy is just pacey. I might go for someone else. Saul is incredible, gets that perfect link there. Titi's pretty decent. Miranda's good. Ter Stegen's good. I like Dalbert, and Yao Mario's more there for chemistry. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to let it play with it. I'm going to come back to you guys once I've built it, and I'll let you know what I've come up with. Right, boys, went out and bought the team. I was very tempted to try and use Manolas instead of selling him, instead of obviously, like I said, Miranda, but Roma's left back is dreadful. Roma's centre mids are dreadful unless they're Nainggolan. So I went for this. So he did stick with Ter Stegen in net. We went for one Fran because I haven't used him. It looks pretty solid. And he gets a perfect link to Sal, and I like Sal. Titi is awesome. Miranda, I love him as well. Dalbert is decent for a 77 pace, 77 rated, 91 pace left back. Imfon Brozovic is one of the best midfielders I've ever used, so I'm definitely happy to stick him in there. Fernandinho is in the squad, which means I will need to get a new central midfielder for the other team, for the Premier League team, as he can't pull double duty because he'll be knackered. Sal is just a fantastic card. I really enjoy him. Willian is ridiculous. I hate coming up against him, and I love playing with him. It's just him. Vardy, never used him actually, but I'm actually quite interested to use him. I mean, 91 pace, 79 shooting, and 78 physical. What's his strength? He ain't got much strength, but he's got 88 stamina, 92 aggression. Ain't too bad. And then Sani was the main reason I did change up and make this team, because I did go out and do his player of the month. If you haven't seen that video, why? It was up on Saturday morning. Have a look at it. But yeah, this is the team we're going to roll into the next game of Foot Champs with. Let's go. Right, boys, playing with a new team, come up against this side. That front three is just what I hate seeing. Martial, Mbappe, Dembele, yeah, pretty solid players in there as well. Bakayoko had Herrera, Bailly, Jordi Alba, Testegen and Titi. I wasn't feeling confident. Mbappe and well, the front three in general, just absolutely passing the ball around me. 3 minutes in, I'm on the shock, horror. That's always what happens. He picks up the ball again. Mbappe through to Herrera of all people. 5 minutes in, he's past my defenders. He puts a low driven, and we're 2-0 down. Not a good debut with the new team, I have to say, but we kept fighting. We kept fighting. Picked up the ball here with Sal, out wide to Juan Fran. I don't know what I was really doing there, but Sane, really nice turn, good finish. Back in the game in a sense, 2-1, 25th minute. You know, it was a bit of a slow half, to be fair. Martial muscles off our defenders. Mbappe is out the way, and that goal irritated me. That goal really irritated me because it hit my keeper on the way through. But that's how it ended. 3-1. Come up against this guy. I saw this and I shit myself. I will say that. Suarez, Messi, Rui Costa, Asensio, Modric, Paulinho at CDM, which was really weird. I don't understand why he had that, but we gave it a go, and I stupidly went for my black kit, and he went for a Barcelona kit, so it kit clashed really badly. 5 minutes in, Suarez through to Rui Costa, and Rui Costa just absolutely destroys me every time I play against him. I can't stand him, and I don't know why so many people have got him. Next week in league, I'm going to do a Rui Costa counter, but his front three just playing the ball around me. Suarez puts the ball past. 11 minutes in, and yeah, Rashford picks up the ball here, over to Aurier. Nice cross in, I will say that. Really good cross in. And Salah, of all people, well, I say of all people, he's like the best player we've got now. With a good header, pass keeper into the back of the net. He picks up the ball here with Suarez, manages to hold off our defenders. Messi, nice turn, waits for the run through of Costa. I don't know what my keeper's doing there. I don't know. We gave the ball away with Schmeichel stupidly just before half time, and Messi punishes us at 4-1. And it was just getting bad to worse. It was going bad to worse here. Messi picks up the ball through to Luis Suarez. Holds up, waits for Modric. Through to Rui Costa even. He's playing rings around me. And then Asensio's there to get an easy tap in. At this point, I quit. I'm not playing. I was like, I give up. It's so hard. Come up against this side, which isn't any easier. Martial in from Jesus, Musa, Tristan Gaya, Dembele, Bakayoko. Just a standard sweaty weekend league Premier League side. It's what you expect. It's really what you expect. He picks up the ball here with Virgil van Dijk for some reason in his own half. Idrissa Gana gave through to Jesus, waits for the run of Dembele of all people, and he battered me at this point. He was absolutely on top. He should have probably been 3 or 4-0 up. But Moussa Dembele is the one that scores his first goal. Salah picks up the ball off a deflection, off a really dodgy, I think it was a corner. Rashford with a nice scoop turn, and he does manage to hold off defenders enough to get the ball in the back of the net, but more or less straight from kickoff, he is on us again. Idrissa Gana gave through to Martial, who waits for the run of Gabriel Jesus, past our defenders, and Gabriel Jesus is going to score those all day long. He picks up the ball here with Jesus again. Martial waits for the run. He's through. My defenders ain't catching him. He's just ruined me. He absolutely ruined me, Jesus did. Oh dear, it was not a good day. He puts again through Jesus. I clobber him. Apparently that's a red card. Apparently that's a straight red card, which I do not believe whatsoever. I don't believe that that's a straight red. That should probably only be a yellow, but annoyingly we did get a straight red. We pick up the ball in the 50th minute with Salah. His defence for some reason was so high up. Rashford is through. His keeper runs off, so I just pay it through to Heung-min Son, who does tap the ball in the back of the net and puts us back in the game at 3-2. Son picks up the ball again in the 56th minute. Mate holds up the ball really nicely. Rashford is through. He nice fake turn through to Salah, and Salah picks the ball into the back of an empty net, which was absolutely fantastic. He does get himself a free kick though. He does like a 3-man run off and tries to fool me. We tried to tackle him, it didn't work. Dembele puts the ball in the back of the net, and that's how that game ended, and I was irritated. Right, boys, I was having some doubts at his ability in regards to the weekend league, so I've sold Rashford again, like I did with the previous hybrid. I cashed in because he was what I bought him for 8.6k, and I've just sold him for 14.5. So that is some really, really nice profit. And the man we are going to go and replace him with is not himself; it is Anthony Martial, because he is one of the best players on this game, and you come up against him in the weekend league so often, and it's just a pain in the backside. So there's one there for 37k. Oh, it's gone. Oh, let's go pick him up. Let's go pick him up. Right, boys, picked him up for 37k with a Hunter card, which is sick. He's got 4 contracts, 89 fitness. That Hunter card is going to make him amazing. I reckon I'm going to stick him at left forward, and we'll put Son up front because of Son's 5-star weak foot. I think that will benefit us more, because you got a left foot on one side, right foot on the other, and we've got the 5-star weak foot down the middle. So it's becoming a bit of a Man United dominant team. But we got a red card because Shelny in the last game. So hybrid time, let's go. Right, boys, with our new signing in the team, we went into a new game, and I saw Lacazette, and I can't play against him. I absolutely can't stand him. He had Martel in there, he had the inform Moy and the inform Alessandrini. Jesus was centre mid. So this was another game that I felt like I was going to probably end up losing. Obviously jumping with the hybrid team first because we need fitness to the other team. Brozovic plays through Sane, low driven, pass keeper, and we're in the lead, which is actually quite a shock for us really, because we never take the lead. Sane picks up the ball again, nice pass through to Jamie Vardy, and Jamie Vardy manages to tap the ball past the keeper as he runs it in, and 35th minute we are 2-0 up, which for us again is a very, very big shock. Sane and Vardy with a nice 1-2. Sane is waiting for that run of Willian. He doesn't get it. He keeps going. He goes all on his own. Bailly ain't touching him, and what a finish into the back of the net. And annoyingly, I did let in a goal. I was hoping to go completely get a clean sheet, but annoyingly Alessandrini does hit the back of the net with his weak foot in the 89th, putting him in the game at 3-1, but we do come up with a win. We jump into this game, and oh my god, these two strikers, Inform Immobile and Inform Icardi, can go do one, because they are the most OP players I've played against. He had Inform Handanovic in here, he had Mertens, he had Hamsik, and this was not a good game. 8 minutes in, Hamsik plays for Icardi, over to Alexandro, cuts it back to Icardi, and we're 1-0 down. Literally, Icardi and Immobile can hit the ball in any angle, and they will score. They will score. Martial, our new signing, links up with Son, and he gives himself a debut goal in his debut game, which is nice. 30th minute, we're kind of in the game, more or less. Like 2 minutes later, Mertens and Matuidi with a bit of passing. Mertens hurdles us, and we're 2-1 down. And it just went bad for worse. Florenzi through to Immobile, to Icardi, back to Immobile, and he literally, like, how has someone scored that? How has he scored that? I really don't understand. And it just, like I keep saying, it keeps going bad to worse. Mertens picks up the ball over to Immobile. He is just dribbling past me, not able to touch me, and again, most ridiculous finish from that Inform Immobile. But for some reason, I stuck around in this game. Normally I'll quit, and I don't know why I stuck around. But I'm surprised that I stuck to the end. Icardi through to Mertens, and Mertens is, again, how was he able to score that? Like, how are you able to put the ball in the back of the net from there? That's ridiculous. We do play a ball up to Heung-min Son, holds it up for Salah, who, was in a little bit of space. We do get one goal back at 5-2, but it really did not mean anything. Marquisio through to Icardi, to Immobile, and for some reason he played it all the way back to Hamsik, but I don't know why. But he's just passing us all over the box. Icardi, and yeah, we're 6-2 down. I just couldn't. We do get, like I say, another consolation goal back. It's Salah of all people. I don't know why I say of all people, because he's like I said, he's like the best player we've got. But I just wasn't playing well. Icardi and Mertens and Immobile just ruined me, and he puts the ball in the back of the net for 7-3, and that is how it did end. I was irritated. Next game was 5-2-2-1. He had the lone player of the month, player of the month, Sane. He had Jesus, Sterling, Gundogan, Kante, Albert Moreno. Do you know what? I played this game, and I felt like I deserved to win this, because if you look at this, Salah, Son, through to Wijnaldum, we're 1-0 up. 7 minutes in, we started it with a bang. He's back in the game here with Aurier, over to Sterling, and He just absolutely blitzes past us. But I definitely deserved to win this game. It was the fact he went 5 at the back and parked the bus, and the Begovic was absolutely on one. I was irritated. Sterling through to Jesus just before half time. Poor save from our keeper, and Sane's there to pick up the rebound, which was irritating. But straight from kickoff of half time, we go through with Salah. Keep going. Defenders ain't touching us. He low drivens it into the back of the net, and we're back in the game rightfully, like I felt like I deserved to be. But it didn't last long. 49th minute, Jesus through to Gundogan, and he will try a shot. We don't clear it very well. Gabriel Jesus is going to punish me, and we lose 3-2. We are currently down at 3-2 at this point, which, you know, is not good. Gundogan through to Jesus. Somehow we don't defend it. Gundogan puts the ball in the back of the net, and I was fuming at that game. I was absolutely fuming, and he still kept scoring, and I just couldn't stop him. Jesus and Sterling with some link up, and 81 rated Jesus can do those things. Absolutely ridiculous. Next game, come against a 4-1-2-1-2 Premier League side, as always. Another Rui Costa, Aguero, Jesus, Ashpilicueta, Rudiger. He had Herrera, he had Ali, he had Bakayoko. I couldn't stand these Premier League sides. You know, it's just what ruined me. Pick up the ball here with Vardy though. Nice turn past Bakayoko. Nice run past all the defenders, and Vardy is there to put the ball in the back of the net. Second time of asking. After his first shot is blocked by the goalkeeper. We pick up the ball with Sal through to Sane. Nice back heel through to Vardy. Nice turn, touch, and a finesse in the back of the net. And we're 2-0 up at this point. Playing very, very well. And we do the little freeze frame celebration, because that's a pretty cool celebration. I like it. And he quit. 2-0, and he quit, which was decent. Next game, a bit of momentum behind us. He had the new international hero Mane, he had Jesus, he had Rui Costa, shock. He had Edison Cavani, not Edison Cavani, Eden Hazard. I don't know why I was struggling to get his name out there. Ericsson, just a bog standard OP Premier League side. But 4 minutes in, Jamie Vardy, that pace. I don't know why I passed it, but I did. Sane, 1-0. I don't know. I really don't know why I passed it, but this, like the last game, Sane within 6 minutes has put us 2-0 up. I was hoping for same player to score twice would make him rage quit. Unfortunately, it didn't. Mane with a ball through to Bakayoko, puts over to Hazard. I don't know where my left back was, but Hazard punished us and puts us 2-1. He does trip us in the box in the 21st. We step up with Jamie Vardy, and we put the ball in the back of the net for 3, which was decent, and he did end up at this point quitting, which was nice. So we got another game, another win, which was pretty decent. We'll come into this side against a full Juventus team minus the inform Icardi up front, and he had, inform Lichtstein, he had the new hero Benatia, he had Screams, Quadrado, and Khedira, he had Matuidi, Dybala. The only person he was missing was Higuain, literally. That was the only person he was missing. Quadrado, man, he ruined me. Icardi, again, he ruined me. I love the inform Icardi, I hate playing against him. We trip up Dybala in the box, we're 1-0 down at this point. He steps up with Dybala. I was going to go that way and I changed my mind. Shouldn't have done that. Never changed my mind on penalties, and we're 2-0 down. Pick up the ball with Vardy. Nice bit of drag back and waiting for him for the run of Sane. And low drivens. Always going to go in at that point. Always going to go in, especially when you leave Roy Sane. Picks up the ball with Matuidi in the 20th minute. A ridiculous pass through to Dybala, and he puts us back down. Back down to 3-1. I was fuming at this point. I was so irritated. Matuidi, it just does us through to Icardi, and how was he scored there? I mean, this inform Icardi is absolutely ridiculous, and we just kept getting battered. Serie A teams, like last year, oh my kryptonite. Khedira with a back heel through to Icardi. He just dribbles through. Good save by my keeper, but Douglas Costa's there to pick up the rebound, and at this point we're 5-1 down. We do get ourselves a lovely kick-off goal though. I don't know, that's not really any consolation, but it is Leroy Sane, and he is like my favourite player at the moment, whether it's his normal card or his Player of the Month card, but that was it. Next game looked ridiculous. 4 icons even. He had Larson, he had Okocha, he had Bergkamp, and he had Hernandez, and a full Serie A side, but he was no match for Martial. Look at that run. His first shot should have gone in, he hit the post, but Son was there to lap up that rebound and put us 1-0 up. Martial again picks up the ball. Nice bit of passing with Gigi Wijnaldum. He holds up the ball really nicely. That is a fantastic ball and a ridiculous volley into the back of the net, and we are 2-0 up. Salah, just look at that space. Look at that space for Salah to run into. No one's touching him. He keeps going, and we do tramp it over to Martial. Why it chipped, I don't know, but we still managed to put the ball in the back of the net. Martial again, proving to be one of the best signings I have made in this in this series. A fantastic finesse for his hat-trick in the 16th minute, and this guy didn't quit. I was a bit irritated he didn't quit, but 32nd minute, Okocha over to Larson. Larson puts him back in the game in a sense at 4-1. He does get himself another goal back. Hamsik with a really nice ball to Okocha and a really scrappy crossover to Larson for a tap-in. But he just, again, was no match for Martial. He couldn't handle Martial. He was ridiculous. Over to Salah. 40th minute, 5-2. We were just absolutely ruining him with our fullbacks. You know, he had a decent team, but he should probably invest in time in some defensive abilities. And Martial was there to pick up his 4th goal of the game, and we ruined that guy. He ended up quitting, which was decent. I think he quit, or it might have just been full time. But this team was mad, just because it had Dembele and it had Gamero in it. That was purely the reason it was mad. But he did have, you know, a decent midfield. He had Delafeu in there as well, a bit of a legend for the road to glory. He picks up the ball. We pick up the ball, with Sane here in the 4th minute. No one's touching him because it's Leroy Sane, and I don't know how I scored there. I really don't know how I scored, but I ended up scoring, which was pretty decent. 8th minute, Willian with a nice ball through to Jamie Vardy. Nice fakie and a good finish on his left foot. Willian has proved to be very, very quiet, but a pretty decent player. I definitely did enjoy good old what's his name, Sane though, but he does put us, you know, he gets back in the game there at 2-1 with a decent low driven. Dembele is through, no defenders are touching him, and he puts us back down to being at level pegging, which is not what we want to do. We want to get that win. So Jamie Vardy picks up the ball here. Willian, good turn round the defender, keeps the ball really, really well, still has the ball. I don't know how I kept the ball at this point. I was just doing whatever I could, and Brozovic was at the back post to tap the ball into the back of the net and put us back in the lead. Delafeu in the 43rd minute skips past Juan Fran. Miranda I should be getting a bit better defending there, but I did really badly, and Delafeu does skin me in the box and puts him back in the game at 3-0. Into the second half we do go Gamero with a decent turn, and at this point we all know Gamero is going to score. We all know he's going to score, and you know, after being so dominant, we're at this point we're losing. Delafeu has picked up the ball here. Dembele turns me and he low drivens it again, and yeah, that was irritating. And it got worse. Gamero holds up the ball, waits for Dembele to run through, and I think at this point he changed it to a 4-1-2-1-2-2 and put Delafeu at cam. I think I'm right in saying that, but we do lose that game 6-3, which I was very salty about. 4-2-3-1, that Premier League side, he's got Coutinho, Ericsson, and Fabregas at cams. I don't know where he had Fabregas. He had Diego Costa, who I haven't seen at all this year, and a very decent defence and goalkeeper. Picks up the ball here with Coutinho through to Matic, over to Diego Costa, and that is a sublime finish. I will say that. I'll put my hands up and say that it was a sublime finish. He has a free kick here with Christian Eriksen. He does play it off to Philippe Coutinho, whose shot takes a fucking massive deflection off my defenders. Apologies for swearing there, but it irritated me very, very, very much. And we are 2-0 down. We tackle him with Juan Fran while he's on a yellow, and we do go down to 10 men. And at this point, I was just waiting for the game to be over, to be honest. I was just trying to not get angry. I was trying not to get angry. But Fabregas over to Ericsson, who's in acres of space, chips my keeper in the 90th minute, and we do lose that game 3-0. But chin up, let's keep moving. Move into the next game, and we come up against a 4-3-2-1 side, and the shock horror who's up front: Mbappe, Martial, Dembele. I can't stand up front three. I cannot stand up front three. But why here, Mendy and Zuma, I don't know. Because you can go for any Premier League trio there, like with Larry as well. I was glad of it, to be fair, because it was an easy defence to go against. Martial through to Mbappe. This is a shot. That was a shot by Mbappe. One save, and he still manages to come out with a goal. At that point, I sort of just put my hands up. I was like, I'm done with this game. That was literally me at that point. I'm done. I can't be bothered. But you see here, the ridiculous speed up lag means I couldn't defend the game. If anyone knows how to stop speed up lag, please let me know, because I don't know how to control it. My keeper, for some reason, comes out miles away, and he managed to tap the ball in the net. And I was, at this point, I was just ready to just throw my controller out the window, because it wasn't me doing anything wrong with the game. But Martial with a nice bit of score through to Heung-min Son, holds up the ball, and Salah is there to get a bouncy goal off the goalkeeper in the 54th minute and put us kind of back in the game. We pick up the ball here again. Son over to Martial. 2 minutes later, over to Salah, and he is there again to just ruin the defenders with his dribbling. And we're back in the game. Within 2 minutes, he scored himself 2 goals, and we had a chance to win. We had a very good chance to win. Martial picks up the ball here for him in the 76th minute, hurdles all of my challenges, a cross over to Dembele, and a ridiculous finish into the top of the net to put him at 3-2. Luckily, we had Salah, and he had Mendy, and he had Zuma, which was pretty decent. So Salah with a ridiculous pass. I thought I'd missed out. I really did think I'd skied that at that point. But Martial does pick up the ball and pick up a goal, and we go into extra time. Salah here in the 100th minute through to Son, over to Martial with a nice turn. And we do pick ourselves up a 4-3 lead at this point. I was hoping to keep it on, but he brought on Lacazette, Lamar and someone else. Lacazette with the ball here, and that is a monstrous finesse. And I'm thinking penalties. Nope, 120th minute. Lamar with the most ridiculous cross ever. Semedo with diving header. And at this point, I was done. Right, boys, I'm going to leave it there just because I can't be bothered to deal with it. It's, you know, weekend league, it's the most stressful, most irritating waste of my time, really, because you come up against the most either ridiculous teams or the most jammiest teams. And you see from some of those clips, the goals I conceded, nah. Definitely should not be going in. So, yeah, I'm going to have to unfortunately leave it on a sour note as we do play 22 games, win 9, lose 13. Which for me isn't too bad to actually win 9. So we are in Silver 3, which, I mean, isn't shit, but isn't incredible either. We come out of that with a 10k, 2 premium gold packs and a premium gold players pack. So not too bad. And then for monthlies, obviously we are sat on 9 wins, and I don't even know what monthlies is. Oh, that's the previous one. Whoopsie. What am I doing? What is monthlies? We're in bronze for monthlies. We've got 58 games remaining, so one more weekend. Probably won't even play next weekend, but we'll have to wait and see. But yes, that's going to leave it there, boys. Hope you've all enjoyed. As always, links down to Twitter and Instagram in the description below. Go down there, drop me a follow, drop a like on the video, and drop a sub if you're new around here. Until next time, guys, have a fantastic day, and I shall see you all later. Bye.